Hello friends and welcome back to another rendition of our modded Crusader Kings III Lost Legion playthrough. During the last episode we spent a lot of time and energy trying to recover our financial situation, as well as combining our frontiers in the north and the northwest. Militarily we need a little bit of time to lick our wounds, and I would say we still feel somewhat uncertain if there are more revolts on the horizon. Kylanius here is trying his best to research and look into the ways of a new passing down of titles through the generations. He's experienced it himself of the realm divide that can happen when a ruler dies and the titles are divided amongst his children and perhaps new titles are created, and he is looking to do his utmost to stop that from happening, so he's focusing all efforts on doing so. I think the efforts in this episode are likely to be Kylanius trying to refocus his efforts on balancing his financial situation and trying to get the troop numbers back up. And we'll see if there's any opportunities that arise. For example, in the west here, we have Duke Valens III, who is of Old Romanic. He doesn't seem to want to convert to us, so Kylanius has came up with the genius plan of raising troops, maybe taking a little bit of a dip into the Horn of Africa here, and trying to give him more land, and the idea that we will hopefully convert, and or start expanding for us along this way whilst we try to reach up the Nile and back towards the Mediterranean. But for now, friends, we resume. We have an inspired... Oh, wow. 4 weaves. I don't think we want any of them. I don't want to do any of the weaves. They can go. We have a new stewardship focus. We'll take that. 10% extra tax income. Yes, please. That'll do us. We're certainly needing it just now, that's for sure. Okay, so we have some coin in the bank. I think what we're going to do is raise the troops here, and we're going to go in and declare war here. We're at about 7,000 men. He has no allies. He's sterile. This just makes sense. We'll holy war for the duchy. Look to take it all, and we'll pass it along if we can. The only thing I was worrying is wacky rulers might be able to join him, and I'm not sure how that lies here. You can see here we might end up in a bit of bother, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So we're going to do that. Raise all of the troops. Get them in a one standing army, and then we'll sail them across, and hopefully this will be a quick war. Although when are they ever quick? So they're going to merge. We're then going to sail them across and go straight for the capital. It's going to cost us 74 gold to sail them across. My god. Okay, they have had allies join them, I think. So we're going to have to land here away from the main body of their troops. I assume they're going to be fighting defensively. I'm going to split our troops apart here and just try and siege multiple provinces, although I'm honestly looking, and I think one of our best bets here could be just declaring war. They have a lot of retinues. This is also desert here, which is probably not going to be good for us in terms of long-term sustainability. Our court tutor's just died. That's a shame. And now a betrothed can marry. We'll accept that. And that's us allied with Rex Germanus III, who's actually off our dynasty. I think with this situation as well, and the recent marriage, I think we'll call him into this war. I think that makes sense. And then Gratian needs a guardian. His focus is, it looks to be intrigue. So we want to assign him someone who's going to teach him appropriately and hopefully likes us. So we have a commander and our champion. I don't see that being a bad move. There we go. And then it's time to focus the war efforts. Now they could honestly really cause us problems here, so we're going to have to be very careful if they decide to come down this way. But Germanus is joining us, hopefully arrives sooner rather than later. We've been called to war by Germanus as well. It's not what we were looking for in this war. We were looking for a relatively easy ride. Here I'm going to station besiegers and move up to the capital. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of supply consumption that we've currently got, and I'll do the same there. Okay, here they do actually have men coming, so I think what we're going to do is press towards the capital. I'm happy to leave them up there. The worst case scenario we have here is we can try and pull everyone together. And here it looks like we're actually going to catch some of their troops that have been raised off guard, which is good. Excellent. So almost 1,000 men will be chopping down there. Reinforcements are en route here. There we go. I have a feeling that they're going to come and say hello to us here. So what I will do is, as much as this pains me, I'm going to leave them in here, and then I think we're going to have to counter react to what they're doing. I also think we're going to need every single man we can get here to try and kill this. So what I'm going to do, they're going to arrive before us, aren't they? There's no way we'll beat them into the mountains. They're going to be 34 days. That's going to take us 15 days. So we could get the defensive bonus there. and try and move everyone in. Maybe we should do that. The defensive bonus should help us in the mountains. Oh no. Oh, they're going to arrive there. Ah, right. Reinforcements are going to slowly tick in. I think we've made a mistake here. I really do think we've just made a massive mistake. We had the edge in an even fight, but they've got thousands of men arriving. These chaps are going to be committed to... Yeah, I think we've made a mistake here. Oh dear. We've managed to capture this. What we could maybe do here is try and gather up what remnants we have and see if we can continue fighting. They can't go... Oh god, they can only go one route. Oh no. This is a terrible turn of events. Truly terrible. These men are retreating offshore, so it's going to cost us money to get them back. Bit of a mixed bag so far, I think. I didn't want to have to do this, but I think we're going to have to call in some allies here. So we'll call in our top 2 allies in terms of military size and see if they'll send anything for us to aid us in our quest here. One ally joined. Second ally joined. So everyone's in that we could have had. And we can only hope and see how this is going to turn out. We're trying to siege here. I think what we probably need to do is actually try and buy time. I think what we'll do here is raise any stragglers we can and we'll try and gather them up and bring more men across, although this looks really, really quite bad. Compassionate Discord. Moving by my tribulations, Rex Lucius has offered me his counsel and aid on many occasions, hoping to alleviate the burden of my duties. However, Lucius' attentions have incurred the ire of Comitiva Domna. Lucius cannot be trusted. This is merely a ploy to exploit you, my liege. Can the 3 of us not find common ground? 100% success? Absolutely. I managed to reconcile the 2 vassals. Look at us. Frustratingly, we are winning the initial battle here, but their reinforcements, I think, are just going to tip it. What an effort, though. What an effort by the chaps here. They're just outnumbered, outmanned. Right, we're retreating to the island. It looks like we're going to have to be reforming here. They have retreated, what? Wait, they're reforming round here? Okay. Didn't expect that, to be honest. So we've reduced their numbers to about 6,000 men. Unfortunately, our troop numbers have plummeted, and we are looking as if we're in a pretty poor position here. We've got about 3,000 men remaining, albeit of a higher quality than the enemy. And we're just going to, I guess, march around here and see if we can siege this. I think what we're going to do is cancel them, disband them, and just try and keep this war ticking until maybe our allies come across. I think financially we're not in a position to fight wars this far from home. We're about to lose our 1 foothold we have, and they're going to have almost 6,000 men coming towards us. We're going to put our brother in command here. We're going to try and siege this down as best we can. The supply here is just awful. Absolutely awful. They're actually coming in, so what we're going to have to do is just stand and fight. We might even have to take this loss on the chin here, which I didn't expect, honestly. We're defending here. This is going to be an interesting fight. I think they're just going to have the numbers. One of the old crowns is gone, so we're not interested in it. It's one of the initial crowns that was created years ago by our ancestors. So again, we have the initial edge. We're literally slapping them about, but I think the reinforcements are going to be the problem here. So you can see there, we're still getting them. There's another 2,000 to arrive. We definitely have superior quality, but yeah, they've got the numbers. The supply here is going to be the thing that absolutely butchers us, as you can see, is repeatedly happening. So we've beat off some of their armies. It was the final one that was just a bridge too far. We also now need to find ourselves a new marshal. I think Cylanius makes sense. He's a member of the family. He's not going to look to do anything too unconventional. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. High Chieftain Rutilius Filius Magnus of... Okay, friends. That means we have another new Roman enclave. In fact... that means you's been disbanded, right? Oh no, they're still there. So we have you now as well as the High Chieftain of Xiako. So he's our nephew. He is spindly. Is he not a giant? He looks like an absolute unit. But that's another Roman enclave appeared in the north. Certainly not a bad thing. I think we might have to just... we can't wait peace. This war has been a mistake. We've just not had the troop numbers, and I think we've been a little bit overly ambitious. Most of the commoners living in the county of Banavasi are of Kannada descent. Proud of their traditions, it does not sit well with them that they must serve a foreigner like myself when my neighbour, Rajkumari Lakshmi, shares their culture and history. Yeah, we need to teach them the superiority, I'm afraid. 99% chance of success. Tremendous. The high diplomacy pays off. Right, we're going to raise men here. We'll give it one more go at trying to get a hold in and we'll see what happens. Wait, what? Your spouse's average stewardship skill has led to this windfall of 210 gold. How? I have no idea how this has just happened. I've never needed 210 gold so badly before. And I'm sorry, but we do not want to make any weaves. So we have a prisoner and vassal here. He doesn't hate us. We can't get him to demand conversion. And we're not going to release him just now. I think that would be unwise. So he can wait in prison for now. Right, we're going to raise our troops and have one more go at trying to get a foothold here. And then once that's done, I think we need to accept that this may be a lost cause. So we'll land the troops on the High Chiefdom. Once the reinforcements are together, we'll sail them over. So we're going to have about... I guess we're going to have about 4,000 men or so. We need a commander in here. Do we have any siege leaders? We're actually struggling for commanders just now. I guess Comes Florian can lead the siege. Supplies are awful here. 33 out of 100 we are. A call to war as well. My god. We're in a terrible, terrible way. This is going super slow as well. I think we'll land our second army here and see if we can get a foothold again. We need supply. Oh no, here they come. We're not in debt. Do they have more men? They have. They've got 3,700. I think we'll retreat and fight them here. We are going to take losses, but we're going to be one combined front of roughly even, unless they have a third army, which I've no doubt. Yep, they do. They're also going to manage to catch us off guard here. So we're going to have to stand and fight. Yep, they've caught us. So we're winning the initial fight. Our allies are coming with 8,000 men. My god, this is needed. If our reinforcements get here and our ally arrives, there's no reason we couldn't win this. It's a hell of a close fight though. Our vassal's injured. This fight is all over the place, isn't it? Come on, ally. Come on, reinforcements. There we go. The reinforcements coming in clutch, my friends. Coming in clutch. Finally. A major defeat over them. So what we don't want here is our ally just leaving the troops here, because that's going to absolutely destroy us. We need our ally to spread out and carpet siege. What we don't want is 10,000 men standing here, because we're going to get absolutely decimated in terms of attrition. Like, awful. With our stewardship perk, I think it makes sense to go for war profiteer. The extra taxes are certainly not going to go amiss just now. And if you look now, with that trait... Oh. With that trait, we were almost balancing the books, but there we go. Our councillor Lucius has died. Rex Lucius of Andara drank himself to death. So I suppose now we're looking to replace him with someone who's just as powerful. I dare say that Duke's Justin is probably the man for the job here. He's a duke, obviously, and his traits suggest that he's going to be a good servant. We almost have 2 holdings, I think. Are they sieging that? There's no holding up there. Okay, they're just getting decimated in terms of attrition. However, our ally is sieging that down to the south, which is excellent. Our allies basically just sent thousands of men here to die, haven't they? Okay, siege is over. Somali sword. Okay. I've taken some prisoners. We're going to start moving the men down here. And I suppose what we want to do is siege this place. We actually need supply though, don't we? And what's going to happen is they're going to move their men in and start stressing the supply. Bit of a catch-22. Okay, we're not going to replenish any supplies here because they're just going to absolutely decimate it. We're basically our own worst enemy here. We are the thing that's going to be our own undoing. It's just the supply that we need here. They actually appear to be coming towards us. I think we need to just march towards them. And we visit. Of course we'll visit. We're going to march towards them, try and get a pitched battle, and maybe see if the war score will tick away. The dangerous faction is concerning me a bit. Our brother is the claimant. It has 2 members, neither of whom are our brother. If they want to revolt, I'm happy to have a go at this. We're going to try and chase them down, fight them in a pitched battle. I think it's our only way of long-term sort of glory. We can also keep trying to increase control, which we're going to do on the main isle. Meanwhile, we're going to do our best to chase them down and fight them in a pitched battle. They are sadly fleeing and we have 0 supply. We're taking 5% attrition per tick per month in game, which is not good. Our ally is just ruining the situation. They've got far too many men. Out of the 8,000 they brought, they have 4.2 left, and here we go. 4.2 thousand they have left. The right to the Imperium belongs to Caesar. He doesn't even want it. He does not even want it. Who does this guy think is at 16 years of age? No, we will not be threatened. I will not be threatened by some young pretender of the Meridus family. The slight by the Meridus will be remembered. The only problem is our troops are literally halfway across the known world. So what we are going to do, again, we have a lot of prestige that's going to have to be used. So some of our nearby allies, I'm going to call them into the local wars that we're fighting. Although I think with it being a defensive war, it doesn't cost anything. So we'll call it every single person that we can. And I think we're going to look... We can negotiate alliances. Hasn't he just declared war on us? No. No, he's not. Okay. Well, I'll ally both of them every day of the week. The more allies, the better. The more people we can call in. Okay, we're going to try and finish this off, and then we'll withdraw our troops and see if we can put the rebellion down. All of our allies are going to join it, I think. Yeah. They're all joining it. I think they're in trouble. Right, we've decimated their army. Like, absolutely decimated them. I'm going to pull back, try and siege this. But what I really do need is them just to all basically leave me alone to do this myself. An independence demand. It's time for you for Maru and the other states in the independence faction. The Duchy of Maru. Who the hell are you? Oh god, okay. So the northwest is revolting against us. There's quite a few of them, I think. This is a bit more of a problem. 2,000, it's not that bad. I think what we'll be doing then is calling our allies into those wars as well. I think we knew this was all coming. It was sort of underlying. And I think the fact that we've been bogged down in this war way out to the west and most of our military power is out there, that's why this is happening. I am going to transfer this vassal here. One less problem to worry about. One less person that's going to have their backup. But what we do need to do is end this as quick as we can, end them as quick as we can, and then get back to our land. Siege here is done with an 87% war score. I'm going to go try and chase them down. Hopefully we'll fight them here and that'll be the end of this. Invalidated. The war transition has ended. Okay. She died of cancer. Wow. Okay, one of the wars is gone. I honestly don't know which wars just ended, if I'm being completely... Why have they got 5,000 men now? Oh my god. They've got thousands. I'm going to guess others have flocked to their cause then. I think we're going to have to, for the sake of everything we have here, call in as many of our house members as we can. How many men do you all have? 295. Okay, technically we need him in, so you're coming in. I mean, to be honest, I think we're going to call them all in. Okay, we've completely exhausted our ability to call people into wars. We're relying on our allies, which is something we tend not to do. And I think the fact that we're so overstretched and fighting our way out in the west here is definitely not helping circumstance. This is going to be a rough one, but this is a battle that has to happen. So we're going in. We've managed to stop the siege just in time. We'll defeat them here, disband the troops, and then probably need to wait and choose our moment to raise them and where to raise them. We have to choose the right moment. Otherwise we'll be in even bigger trouble. A killing weapon of fame. Famed Roman Spear of Valor. It's becoming a renowned weapon. Is it? Okay. Anyway, this war's over. We're immediately ending this, like, straight away. We're going to disband the troops also, straight away. 8 months to raise them again. We have to. We just need to... 8 months probably won't do us too bad. We need time to re-raise. What we are going to do here is Dukes of Valens. We are going to grant you some titles and then we're going to expect you to convert. We really are. We also don't want to make him too powerful. So I think we'll give him the 2 of those. He likes us 95 now. We'll now demand a conversion, and we'll grant the 2 of these to someone else. Just someone zealous, I would say. So grant to, search for, someone who's known for their devotion to our religion. Our religion is spreading, and we want someone who is a high stewardship. So, someone who's not landed, someone who can make a name out here. A good stewardship, a bit of martial. 13, 10, Emir, he's not Roman. Avitus Valentian, I mean, he's not terrible. He'll do. He'll do. Doesn't need to be anyone special, just someone that can be controlled, basically. Okay, now that that's been brought to a close, you can see that we are actually sitting in a very healthy position here. So hopefully he can start expanding there, we can get ourselves set so we can send men to the west. We now, though, need to focus our efforts back home. So, they have up here, my god, they have almost 10,000 men. Our allies are fighting currently here. I guess they're trying to bring this war to an end. And in the south, there's not much action here. So I think what we're going to do is probably try and assist our allies in here. Once a bit of time's passed, we'll try and end this war and then we'll focus on the other. That's the plan. So we've got about 4,000 men now. We are going to raise them, I think, here. And then once they're together, 5 months to gather them. That's not what we were looking and hoping for. We'll gather our men, then we'll go try and stop this siege, see if we can end this war, and then focus our efforts. We've got 4.6k. We're going to go take them out of the game if we can. I don't think this will end this war because sadly they are running riot here. And as you can see out here in the east, they're running riot. Our capital area is sort of uncontested just now, which is what we need. So we're going to have to just sort of hope. Our wife is now chivalric. 2 extra. My god, our wife's an absolute workhorse, just chipping away in the background, right? Okay, we now continue up here. We've managed to fight them in a pitched battle and it's going exceptionally well, I'm sure you would agree. Right, they've been dispatched off. Once they've done that, we need to siege it back, and then that should hopefully end it. Right, they've been counter-sieged. We need to go and remove this, and probably go siege their capital. I'm wondering, should we just go straight to the capital, or should we siege back? We're also being raided. Honestly, the raiders should probably go get dealt with. I'm hoping defeating the raiders here is going to return all the loot, because they've obviously grabbed quite a fair share of it. Right, they've been destroyed. Same, we've got other dangerous factions, which obviously not a good time. But we'll siege down here, see if we can free up some of these. Now that that's won, I think we're going to send our troops north. We're going to take attrition marching through. We're going straight to the capital. We're going to try and end this at source. They're still just fighting up here in the northeast. That should be okay, I think. We just need time, as much time as we can, to re-raise the troops. I'm actually looking, I think our allies should be able to handle this, honestly. I think they should be fine. I'm wondering if we should just get the troops back down to the south here. So these guys are the threat. They are, they're for Cylanius' claim. If Cylanius doesn't even want to be involved in it, that's what's really confusing me. So in here, Rex Lucius, you actually like me as well. You have consumption, so you're not long for this world. We're not going to be able to kill him. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The Meredith family are going to be black marked. They're going to be black marked here. There's no one else we can call into any of the wars. They're in them all. House members. They're actually fighting amongst themselves. We're just going to leave them to that. And I guess we're just going to have to reassess here. I'm going to go in and try and take out some allies. I think that's what we need to do. Oh god. They recognise the ancient and Israelites of your... Accept the demands of the liberty... Autonomous vassals. How many men do they have? Liberty faction 120% strength. I think we have to accept this, don't we? We need to lower the crown authority again. With no option. We can't fight that. There's no way. He's of our family. It's Claudius. Okay, she's getting pinned. She's been nothing but a thorn on her side. In fact, is she already pinned? No. Right. She's pinned. She's going to be getting an eye kept on her. Decimus the Impaler. We made him. We made him who he is. We elevated his family. Another Impaler who's not of our religion. Someone else who's not of our religion. Claudius has chosen his company pretty poorly, I think. I'm going to say I will not be threatened now, and if we have to, we can surrender to them in good time. So they've got 6,000 men now. We're going to rally the troops. Where are they revolted? Oh, right next to us. Right next to the capital. We can now appoint a spy master, though, that actually likes us. And I think Baron Magnus sounds good to me. That's our giant friend. I wonder what an assassination chance would be in this chap now. 5%, that's pretty poor. What about this Liberty War? So you're a different Liberty War. That's one we can actually end up here. Right, let's just press on. We'll see how we last here, and we'll see what happens. Nova Roma's under siege. That's a terrible, terrible situation we're in right now. Going to take them a while, though. Will take them a while. Right, we're going to try and siege this down, see what we can do here, and then evaluate. Going to leave half our men there, move down and try and end the support from both of these sort of points for this war. We've now lost our steward. That's great. I think we want dukes serving us here, the higher ranking. There is a lot happening just now. A martial exercise will lose 185 gold. We cannot afford that. We have to spend it on the novice, or we're going to have a massive debuff. Right, these are going to end where we then need to sort of evaluate. Oh my god, the kingdom is in an absolute uproar. We're going to actually have our capital sieged and taken. Terrible, terrible circumstance. We might honestly need to look soon and just bend the knee to some of these wars, the lesser, sort of not as important ones. Right, here we'll siege that down. That's weakened them. We need to start gathering the army here, like we have to. We're calling in more of our house members to any of the wars we can. Right, we're sieging this down. Once that's gone, we need to quickly grab our troops and go down towards Nova Roma. We can't let them run riot on our capital island. Right, job's done there. We need to go down to Nova Roma, land there, and get this place sorted and back in our hands. Gratian comes of age. This to me sounds like a point where we're going to have to look for someone with troops. So the Kingdom of Punjab, they have 6,000 men. They're to the north of us. We're going to have to do it. We're literally going to have to do it because we're well and truly backed in a corner here. We need to immediately, my friend, call you into our wars. So both the Independence War. So he's in this war. We then need to immediately call him into the Liberty War. There we go. Now, interestingly, I think they're coming back here to try and counter our siege. We've got 22,000. I'm wondering if we just have to wait this out, right? I'm wondering if we just have to wait this out and wait on our allies arriving. The allies are what are going to fight this war, basically, for us. I've got another stewardship perk, not that I'm overly excited about that. I think we'll go for detailed ledgers just now. Might join the... Oh my god. This is going to get worse, I think. We're going to go siege Nova Roma back. See if we can grab that. And I guess here we'll raise any extra men we have. That's what we need just now. All the troops together in the same place. We'll get our capital back in our hands. It's not going to take long. What I will do whilst we're doing this, split them in half and send the other half to siege this down. We're only going to increase in number here. Our allies are starting to arrive around us. I'm thinking we might be able to gather up and start hitting back now. More allies joining. I'm honestly somewhat confused by who's on our side and who isn't now, and where we're fighting, where we should be focusing. I'm lost. We have our capital back. We have 8,000 men here apparently. So obviously that's great. We're going to combine them, and I think we're just going to start marching north. Once these chaps have sieged this down, we'll bring them back up to rejoin. So interestingly, they've got 6,000 men here. Now I'm going to move. Our son has taken the knee to us. We're going to move in here and support our ally. I kind of didn't realise this battle had kicked off, but it well and truly has. And I think it's more important here that we beat them than anything else. We can't have them beating us at all in any battles. We're wiping the floor in the Battle of Jaffna. Wiping the floor. Excellent, that's the first big defeat for one of the revolts. We will grab our troops here and we'll go back to sieging this. Meanwhile, our army here gathers, we'll send them up and they can siege here. Okay. Some of the wars are just ticking away. Some of them are going on. It's just this is just a mess. This is a massive, massive mess here. Here we have an opportunity. I'm going to move. We're going to try and take out these 1,200 men. If we take out any small armies here, no matter how small, it's only going to help us. Hostages captured, thank you very much. Will not be invalidated. Okay, no idea what war that was. It must have been one that I was in. I was pretty much unaware of. There's a bit of a backlog just now. Right, we're sieging that down. That'll be one less enemy. We're sieging that down, although we need more men here. What I will do is raise any spare troops we have. And once they are ready, they can go straight in there to join. It does not look like there's going to be many. This siege is about to pop. Excellent. That's one war over. This one is a liberty war. We will enforce the demands straight away. That's one less war against us. Has that cleared up anything? Cleared up the situation down here. I guess we now need to get the troops. Although I think this is our next aim. The Regnum of Andhra. And you better believe they are not going to be allowed to continue as Rexes underneath our overall umbrella. Okay. We have a little bit of restructuring to do now, don't we? Quite a bit of restructuring, I think. So, Comatesa Shudmante the Graceful. This is the one that fell over. We gave her that title. I think we're going to go ahead and just we can't revoke your title because it's under siege. Okay, she will escape judgment for just now. Comes Decimus. You actually like us, but unfortunately, my good sir, you have chosen the wrong side. So we will be taking that off of you. We will then also be moving you to the dungeon. So good luck with that. Then, Comatesa Mogubi. So you are you're slow and irritable. You know what? We can't take that either because it's under siege. God damn it. The next one. Here, another one. She's zealous. We can revoke her title. We'll just take the duchy straight off her. There we go. The rest, you're prisoner victorious. Why are you in prison? You must be a commander we've captured. I'll ransom you for 10 coin. And then here, what we need to do is give away some of these titles we have. So we have some duchy that I have zero care for. Here. I'm happy just to give this away to someone. So, Comes Octavius. I mean, he's a bit of certainly a Roman character with some of these traits. I am happy to give this to you, my good sir. Happy to give this to you. So the duchy there. Grant the title. There you go. Okay, so up here I think we're gonna give Mudgull away, and I'm just gonna give that to Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar can have that. Why not? He's zealous. He's zealous. He can have it, and that's a little bit of reorganization done. We can transfer. That's fine. No interest in having vassals that we basically don't need. And here, there's no one else I want to ransom just now. That's going to have to wait. And I think we also need to start trying to get some control back because we have lost a little bit of grounding in places. My other worry is that Kylanius II, he's now 58. It's not ideal. That could definitely be better. I also noticed that factions against us are being slowly disbanded. So again, not a bad thing. The good thing we have here is we can siege this holding, split our army, and then start sieging their capital, like straight away. Which is exactly what we're going to do. So we're in there. We are going to station besiegers and then move for their capital. That's the most important thing, is we take their capital. That will absolutely damage this war score. They've ran about in the northeast here pretty much unchecked for about 3 years of this war, whilst we were tidying up elsewhere. So now is the time. I don't care about sinners. Now is the time when we need to focus our efforts. We have reinforcements arriving, as you can see. The lion's share of our army is currently sieging here. Perfectly fine with us. What I will do is split in half. The half with the onagers, we're going to move to the capital. Paying for war. Wars are expensive, and with my treasury rapidly emptying, for this instance it's correct, I will keep my soldiers in the field of battle. We can tax the peasants, cut non-essential spending, or things will work out. Let's cut non-essential spending. I mean, oh god, we've got undersupplied armies. Somewhat ironically, we now have a dynasty legacy as well, which I'm going to leave. I don't think now is the time to be choosing that. But the sieges here are progressing nicely. I was wondering if they were going to come down to meet us, but they do not appear to be too keen to force that engagement. Probably because we outnumber them about 2 to 1. So there's that. They are slowly pushing south here. I think they might be actually coming to fight us now. Looks like that battle's going to come. They're also loan support. Now's probably actually the time to pounce. This is about to tick here. Right. Oh, we've captured him. We've captured the man himself. The man himself has been captured. Oh, God, right. This has been one of the most challenging episodes we've had in terms of just having to spin lots of plates and keep them moving. But I think we've managed to get a few of the plates put down on the ground safely, I think. We do, though, my friends, have a legacy to choose. We have another legacy in our hands. The question I put to you guys is, what do we go for this time? What's our family been doing? What category? Have we been pretty prevalent in warfare? Law, I would agree with. I think in terms of blood, we've definitely been a little more careful with that. We have been looking towards our guests. Glory, again, we've been in there. And kin, we've been... I mean, you could honestly take everything except customs. We are not tolerant. I would say we're somewhat curious. We're definitely not customs. We're one of the others. So I'll leave that with you. And let's also decide, what do we do with this chap? What do we do with the traitor here? We managed to capture Rex Lucius II of Andorra. He does like us. He's betrayed us, and he's had this massive revolt. He chose his moment when we were out west fighting to further the Imperium Aeternum. What should his punishment be? What do you all think? My friends, though, we will end here. And I'll leave all these decisions in your hands, and I'm open to suggestions. Until the next one, my friends, goodbye for now.